Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be talking all about digital marketing,
Oh, yeah.
specifically for those of you listening with experience in hospitality.
Okay.
If you're listening to this, you might be feeling like you want a little change, a little something different,
Right.
maybe a little bit more control over your time,
Yes.
or ways to utilize your skills that you've already learned in a new and exciting field.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've come to the right place
Absolutely.
because we're going to look at digital marketing through that very lens today.
Sounds great.
So you've sent over a stack of articles, a guide called the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan,
Okay.
as well as some information on some software called Captivation Hub and the Online Profit Secrets course.
Interesting.
So we have a lot to unpack.
Yes, we do.
Now, before we dive in, I got to share this.
Okay.
Did you know that social media marketing is predicted to be worth,
Yeah.
get this, $1.5 trillion by 2030?
Wow. 1.5 trillion.
Trillion, with a T.
That's a lot.
It is. And 76% of consumers are already browsing and buying through social media.
Really?
I know.
That many already?
Already. That's wild.
Right.
So clearly, something big is happening here.
Absolutely. Big things are happening.
So where should we even begin with all this? I
Yeah.
mean, the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan, that's where we need to start, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a great place to start. I think the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan really hits the nail on the head with why this shift makes sense, especially for someone with your background. You see, traditional hospitality jobs, they often have limits when it comes to income and location.
Right.
Digital marketing kind of flips the script. It lets you scale your earnings and work from anywhere in the world. I mean, they actually call it the laptop lifestyle in the
I know.
guide.
Ooh, the laptop lifestyle. I
Yeah.
like that.
Pretty catchy, right?
It is pretty catchy. But the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan, it goes deeper than just the laptop lifestyle.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Like it dives into how my experience in hospitality are actually assets, not liabilities,
Hmm.
in the digital marketing world.
Absolutely. And, let's just take your experience with like creating that welcoming atmosphere in hospitality, for example.
Yep.
The guide actually talks about how that translates beautifully to like building a community online
Uh-huh.
or creating content that actually makes people feel like they're part of something special.
Yeah.
And that's really valuable in this digital world.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying there. The Hospitality Escape Launch Plan, it goes on to list specific skills too.
It does.
And I gotta admit, it's pretty eye-opening. Like things like customer service, problem solving on the fly. We do that every day in hospitality.
You do, yeah.
But the guide says these are highly sought-after skills in digital marketing as well.
I mean, it's true. Think about it.
It even mentions things like, salesmanship, attention to detail, stuff that, again, we're kind of pros at in hospitality.
You are. I mean, you're constantly handling multiple tasks, anticipating needs, making sure every detail is perfect for the customer.
Yeah.
And those are the exact skills you need to manage online campaigns, create a smooth customer journey, and, build systems that actually run well.
Okay, I'm starting to see how it all connects. But let's be real. I am not a digital marketing guru. Does the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan address that at all?
Oh, it totally does. It actually emphasizes that you don't need to be a tech whiz to get started. It really encourages you to focus on what you already know and love and what you're good at.
Right.
They call it finding your niche.
Finding your niche.
Yeah, like finding that sweet spot where your passions and expertise meet an actual market need.
Okay, so how do I go about finding my niche? I mean, I make a pretty mean latte art, but is that really a marketable digital product?
It could be, but the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan gives us a good place to start. It talks about these evergreen niches.
Evergreen niches.
Yeah, things like health, wealth, and relationships. And they're called evergreen because people are always going to be interested in them, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. So how do I connect hospitality to these evergreen niches? Like, I'm intrigued, but I need a concrete example here.
Okay, so let's say you're a bartender and you're also, a health nut. You could create a video course teaching people how to make quick, healthy cocktails at home.
Okay.
Or if you're, amazing at managing stress in that chaotic restaurant environment, you could think about an online course on stress management techniques for people in high-pressure jobs.
Yeah,
You're already solving these problems every day.
that's true.
Yeah,
I like those ideas, actually.
Yeah.
If like a light bulb just went off.
yeah.
So I can use my specific experiences and knowledge to create something valuable. That's kind of empowering.
It is really empowering.
Mhm.
And the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan walks you through how to do all that, from identifying your strengths to crafting the product and marketing it effectively.
Well, that's reassuring. Okay, but before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
one thing that keeps popping into my head is, what about all the tech stuff?
Right.
Like building websites, setting up payment systems.
No.
All that seems super overwhelming to me.
Well, remember, we talked about Captivation Hub and online profit secrets. Let's dive into those because they might be just the support you need. So Captivation Hub, it's like this all-in-one platform that seems to replace like a bunch of expensive software subscriptions.
Okay.
And it even has templates for things like building websites and sales funnels, which are basically the steps that guide someone toward buying your product.
Templates. Okay, that's more my speed. Now, online profit secrets, that's a course, right?
Yep, it's a course.
Yeah.
And it covers a bunch of different strategies behind successful digital marketing. It even talks about things like leveraging AI and ChatGPT, which are getting pretty big in the online world.
Okay, hold on. AI and ChatGPT, can we back up for a second?
Yeah.
Because we're losing me a little bit.
Okay, sure. So AI, or artificial intelligence, is basically using computer systems to do things that normally require human intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And ChatGPT is a type of AI that can generate text. So like writing blog posts or even having conversations. It's like having the super smart assistant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty incredible. So it sounds like these tools can really streamline things. And from what I'm gathering, both Captivation Hub and Online Profit Secrets really emphasize this done-for-you approach, which seems perfect for someone like me who's just starting out.
They definitely seem to make the whole process easier and more manageable.
Right.
But the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan does make a good point that while these tools are super helpful, building a successful business still takes effort and it takes work.
Right.
It's about consistently applying those strategies and putting in the work.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what they say?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a free lunch.
Right.
But having these tools, having a roadmap like the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan, that does feel like a huge advantage.
Oh, yeah. It's like having a GPS and a toolkit for your whole journey.
I like that. Okay, so let's say I'm ready to really dive deeper into this whole finding your niche thing.
Okay.
What are some of the strategies the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan suggests?
Well, it really recommends starting with some self-reflection. You know, think about the problems that you've solved, the things you're naturally good at,
Okay.
the topics that really excite you. It even has a whole section with prompts and exercises.
Prompts and exercises.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could get into that. I can see myself like curled up on the couch with
Yes.
a notebook, brainstorming away.
Absolutely.
But how do I know if my ideas are even viable? What if I'm passionate about something that nobody else cares about?
Right. That's where validation comes in. The Hospitality Escape Launch Plan really emphasizes that it's not enough to just have an idea. You need to make sure there's a market for it.
So I can't just assume that because I'm obsessed with, like, vintage teacups,
Right.
that everyone else will be too.
Probably not. But the guide suggests checking out what's already out there.
Okay.
Like, are other people selling vintage teacups online?
Okay.
Are there blogs? Are there social media groups dedicated to this? And if so, that's a good sign.
Okay, so it's about doing my research.
Yes.
Seeing if there's actually an audience for my idea.
Exactly. And it even recommends engaging with that audience.
Okay.
Using social media or forums to like ask questions and get feedback. You can even create like a simple survey.
Right.
It's about making sure there's a genuine need or interest in what you're offering.
That's smart. Like, get a temperature check before I invest a bunch of time and energy.
Exactly.
Okay, so I've brainstormed some niche ideas, I've done my research, and I've validated my concept.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
next?
Now comes the exciting part. Creating your product or service.
Okay.
The Hospitality Escape Launch Plan really breaks down all the different product types like online courses, ebooks, coaching programs, membership sites. I mean, the options are endless.
Wow. That is a lot to consider. Hold on, though, before we dive into that. Yeah. There's one thing I wanted to circle back to. The Hospitality Escape Launch Plan mentions this concept called affiliate marketing.
Oh, yes.
What is that all about?
So affiliate marketing is a really great option if you're not quite ready to create your own product. It's essentially promoting other people's products that you believe in
Okay.
and earning a commission on any sales that you generate.
So instead of like creating my own online course on like mixology, I could recommend an existing course that I think is awesome
Right.
and earn a percentage of the sale.
Exactly.
Okay. And the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan walks me through how to do all that.
It does, yeah. It talks about how to find and join these affiliate networks, which are platforms that connect you with businesses offering affiliate programs.
Interesting. So I can choose to create my own product or I can choose to promote someone else's.
You've got options.
I do.
Yeah.
multiple paths.
Okay.
But no matter which path I choose,
Yeah.
I'm going to need a place to sell my stuff, right?
Right. You need an online storefront, a digital space where people can actually browse and buy your products or services.
Okay, so the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan,
Hmm.
it mentions platforms like Stand Store and Samcart.
Yep. Those sound familiar.
Yeah, I think I saw those mentioned in some of the articles you sent as well.
Yeah.
But how do they work? Do they handle things like processing payments?
They do, yeah. They integrate with payment processors like Stripe and PayPal, so you don't have to deal with any of that technical stuff.
Okay, good.
It's all streamlined and secure.
That makes me feel better. So I can create my store,
Mm-hmm.
list my products,
Yep.
and those platforms just take care of the rest.
Pretty much. It's like having this virtual cashier and a customer service team working for you 24/7.
That is amazing. Okay, but let's say my store's up and running, products are all set.
Okay.
How do I actually get people to my store? Is that where this whole driving traffic thing comes in?
Exactly. Driving traffic is all about getting people to your website or to your online store.
Yeah.
And the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan, it breaks down different strategies for doing this, both organically and through paid advertising.
Okay, I'm familiar with advertising. What's organic traffic?
So organic traffic is essentially free traffic that comes from people finding you naturally
Okay.
through things like search engines, social media, or even word of mouth. So it's like people stumbling upon your restaurant because they heard rave reviews from their friends.
I like that. So it's about creating content that's so good people can't help but share it.
Exactly.
I like that. But what about paid ads?
So paid ads are kind of like placing targeted flyers in very specific areas to reach a certain audience. So you're paying to have your content seen by people who are most likely to be interested in what you have to offer.
Okay, so organic traffic is like building that loyal following over time.
Mm-hmm.
And paid ads can give me a little bit more of a quicker boost.
Exactly. And the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan, it emphasizes that a combination of both is usually the most effective approach.
That makes sense. It's like having both a steady stream of regulars
Yeah.
and new customers discovering my restaurant
Absolutely.
for the first time.
Yep.
But how do I even know where to start? There's so many social media platforms, different types of ads. It's a bit overwhelming.
It can be, but the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan helps you with that too. It talks about choosing the platforms where your target audience hangs out,
Okay.
crafting compelling ad copy,
Right.
and even using tools to track your results
Okay.
to see what's working best.
So it's not just about throwing money at ads
Right.
and hoping for the best. There's a strategy behind it.
Absolutely.
But okay, what about those people who visit my store but don't actually buy anything?
Okay.
How do I turn those window shoppers into paying customers?
That's where understanding customer psychology comes in.
Okay.
And the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan actually has a whole section on this.
It does.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It talks about things like creating these compelling offers, using scarcity and urgency to encourage action, and building trust through social proof. So things like testimonials and reviews.
So it's like those limited time offer signs.
Yeah.
Or those like mouth-watering descriptions on a menu that just make you have to order that thing.
Exactly. It's about understanding what motivates people to take action. And remember all the skills we talked about earlier?
Mm-hmm.
The customer service, the communication, the attention to detail. Those
Yeah.
are all crucial here too.
I see how it all fits together. But let's be honest. The ultimate goal here is to achieve some kind of financial freedom, right?
Right.
Is this digital marketing thing really a viable path to get there?
Yeah. Well, there are no guarantees, but the potential is definitely there.
Okay.
And the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan actually backs it up with real-life examples.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
It features stories of people who've actually done this.
it does. And it's not just, those super tech-savvy gurus. They're everyday people,
Mhm.
many of whom come from backgrounds like yours, who have successfully transitioned from traditional jobs to thriving online businesses.
That's so inspiring to hear. Because honestly, sometimes it feels like all the make money online stuff
Right.
is just hype.
I understand that. But what's different about the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan is that it's very grounded in reality.
Okay.
It doesn't promise overnight riches,
Yeah.
but it provides a practical step-by-step guide to building a sustainable business over time.
And it emphasizes that my success really depends on my own efforts.
Absolutely. No tool or course can replace hard work, dedication, and a willingness to learn and adapt.
Okay. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah.
It's about building something meaningful and lasting.
Right.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But even with all this information,
Yeah.
it's still easy to get bogged down and overwhelmed.
Of course.
What advice does the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan offer for staying focused and motivated?
Well, it recommends breaking down the process into smaller, manageable steps. So
Okay.
instead of trying to do everything at once, just focus on one thing at a time.
Right.
It also emphasizes celebrating those small wins along the way.
Yeah. So it's like those moments in a busy restaurant shift
Mm-hmm.
when you just take a breath,
Yeah.
focus on the task at hand,
Yeah.
and feel that sense of accomplishment
Yeah.
after you complete each order.
Exactly. It's like applying that same mindset to building your online business.
Right.
Celebrate each milestone, learn from any setbacks, and just keep moving forward.
That's great advice. It's progress over perfection.
Absolutely.
But what about support? Are there communities or resources out there where I can connect with others on this same journey?
There are, yes. The Hospitality Escape Launch Plan really encourages you to join online communities, forums, Facebook groups, anything dedicated to digital marketing.
Okay.
It also mentions that Captivation Hub actually has a really supportive community as well.
Really?
Yeah, where members can connect, share tips, and help each other out.
That's awesome. And it's like having a network of, fellow hospitality folks who are now navigating the digital world.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of having those people who understand your background and can relate to your experiences. It's a really valuable source of support, encouragement, and even accountability.
Yeah. Oh, as we've been unpacking all this stuff, one thing that's become really clear to me is that my experience in hospitality,
Right.
it's not something I need to leave behind.
Right.
It's actually something I can use to my advantage.
It's true. Those skills that you've learned in hospitality are so incredibly valuable in the digital world. It's like you're bringing this secret weapon to the table.
Okay, so let's put it all together. We've covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah.
The exploding demand for digital marketing,
Yeah.
how my experience in hospitality is actually an asset,
Right.
and even explored tools and resources like Captivation Hub
Yeah.
and online profit secrets. What's the main takeaway here? Why should I, as the listener, care about all of this?
Well, it's about more than just a career change. It's
Yeah.
about taking control of your future,
Right.
creating a life with more freedom, more flexibility, and ultimately more fulfillment.
It's about designing a life that reflects what you value. And the exciting part is it's totally within reach.
It is. You already have that foundation.
Right.
It's just about building on it and taking those first steps.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave you with a final thought-provoking question from the Hospitality Escape Launch Plan.
Yes.
Something to really ponder as you move forward.
What unique experiences or skills do you have that could be turned into a valuable product or service? Think about the problems you've solved, the things you're naturally good at, the knowledge you have that others would pay to learn.
Maybe it's your knack for creating that welcoming atmosphere that we talked about,
Right.
your talent for crafting delicious cocktails, or your ability to stay calm under pressure
Yeah.
in even the most chaotic of situations.
Whatever it is, you have to know that it has value.
Yeah.
And with the right guidance and a little dedication, you can turn that value into something truly remarkable.
So take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
Explore the resources we discussed.
Yes.
And most importantly, believe in yourself.
You might just surprise yourself with what you can achieve.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into digital marketing. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing those boundaries.